Good afternoon, everybody. If I can have your attention, please, we'd like to get started. There's a lot of red out here today. Looks like we're at Kingswood or Pomfret. Tomorrow will feel more usual for me. I think it's Orange Day tomorrow. Welcome to our final speakers, our senior speakers of the 2024 academic year. Next week in chapel, we will celebrate Alumni Leadership Day, recognizing Jody Cranmore, a member of Suffield's class of 1973. We will have student government elections during the chapel period on May 13th, and our final chapel on May 20th will be the Kent Davis Public Speaking Competition, whose winners we will recognize at graduation. As you know, we are headed into the final week, or final month of our academic year, and many events fill the calendar between now and Memorial Day. Thank you for your hard work and commitment. We will begin today's chapel with Cooper Markham, and when Michaela finishes, you will be excused. Cooper.
Hello, Suffield. My name is Cooper Markham, and I am a postgrad from Greenville, North Carolina. Originally, I did not want to do another year of high school and was committed to a college down south, but my parents wanted me to have better educational opportunities, and so I ended up here. This year has been a very interesting one. From there being a fire in our dorm and us getting a fourth roommate, Sharon, or us PGs becoming the Blue Man Group for telethon and absolutely killing it. And of course, I couldn't forget our daily runs. Reflecting on this year, I know I couldn't have gotten through it without a great support system and a great group of friends. This group of PGs might not have done the most around campus or in the classroom, but they've made a tremendous impact on my life, and they've made this an experience I'll never forget. So I personally wanted to thank you, Rob, Tom, Jaron, Tanya, Brady, and Jake, for helping me get through this year. I also wanted to say thank you to the rest of my Fuller guys for making this a great year and all the dank memories we made. I want to say thank you to my parents for always believing me and pushing me great, and also thank you to Coach Gamir and Coach Sedian for all you've done this year. Thank you.
What up, Suffield? My name is Mason Wright, a senior from West Hartford, Connecticut. I didn't really know what to talk about for this chapel speech, but while I had this time, I decided to talk about someone I feel I don't talk about enough, my younger sister, Lauren. She has been around ever since I remember, obviously, but I never really talked about her. Maybe it's because every time we're out in public, people think we're twins, or even worse, they think she's older than me, which she is not, she's 2 years. But besides all that, she has played a huge role in my life. I know as an older brother, it's my job to bully her to the end of the road, but sometimes she can be half decent. So I'll say something I never thought I would say. Thank you, Lauren. Thank you for never failing to simply be you. Thank you for being the DJ to our late night homework sessions. Thank you for being the sous chef to my crazy and very random cooking experience. Thank you for being my #1 supporter and critic in everything I do. Even when I have a bad day or a bad game, your terrible jokes and sarcasm will always find a way to make me laugh. Despite your consistent presence in my life, I never truly realized the impact you've made on me. As I've grown and faced challenges, I have come to recognize the significant role you play in my life, and will continue to cherish the moments we make together. I know I will be leaving for college soon, but I look forward to all the FaceTime calls we have, and can't wait to see the great things you do as you grow up. As I reflect on my time here at Suffield, I realize the importance of gratitude. I'm truly grateful for all the friends I have made here at Suffield. I want to give a shout out to Coach Gamir, Coach Atkins, and Coach Golden for helping shape me into the man I am today. Thank you to all the boys, y'all know who you are. I know we'll be brothers for life.
Hello, Suffield. My name is Rob Elliott, and I'm a postgrad from Wellington, Connecticut. Initially, I wasn't keen on another year of high school, but I chose to pursue a postgrad year to enhance my academics and mature before college. Suffield has helped me achieve both of these goals. However, none of this would have been possible without the support of my parents, my advisor, Mr. Dewalt, my teachers, coaches, and of course, my fellow postgrads. I'm grateful to all of you. The relationships I've built at Suffield are the ones that carry with me forever. Despite my initial uncertainty about how a postgrad year would unfold for me, I believe that the people I've met and the experiences I've had made it a remarkable year. Before I conclude, I would like to offer a piece of advice to the underclassmen. Cherish the time you have left in high school. It'll go by much faster than you think. Thank you. Hi, Suffield. My name is Brady Fisher. I'm a PG from Barrington, Rhode Island. I figured for my chapel speech, I'd just talk about my family, considering I got well over an hour of stuff I could say about it. Some of y'all know, but for those who don't, I have a huge family. My grandma, who was one of 10, had 7 children, including my mother. The 7 in total had 28 children, including me and my 2 sisters. Being an Army family, they moved around a lot and never really settled in one place. My mother and her twin were born in Hawaii, but the family lived in Alabama, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and attended numerous schools around the country. It was never really easy for my grandma having to support 7 children, eventually as a single mother. She worked as many jobs as she could to support everyone and did whatever it took to help her kids. Her effort never went unnoticed, however. What she sacrificed for her kids always returned. Whatever she made, they ate. You helped out at home, you studied hard, you did well in school, and you worked your ass off, especially for athletics, which all 7 participated in at a Division I level in college. The hard work paid off, they all paid it forwards and found great success. I would love to talk about each and every single member of my family, but honestly, we'd be here until dark, so I'll try and make this quick. The oldest, my Uncle Bill, had 7 of his own. The most notable of the group, who some of y'all might know, is Gemma, who was recently featured on Netflix's show Blown Away. If you're interested in glass blowing, I recommend you watch and root for Gemma. The 7 grew up in Pennsylvania, and due to older age, I don't get to see him as much. Next is my Uncle Chet, who won a college football championship with Notre Dame in 1988, which I learned only recently. Chet's oldest, Noah, got married last Friday, which I was very grateful to attend. Once again, congratulations to Noah and married. I'm so happy for you two. And to the rest of those cousins, Danny, Sean, Anna, and Amelia, I wish they still lived in Rhode Island because I could use a party with them at least once a month. After that is my Uncle Paul, my godfather. Our family has a tradition of sending your godchildren ornaments every year for Christmas. Stopping at your 18th birthday, I received a new NFL football helmet every year with a couple extra Patriots ones whenever they broke. I really miss them, but it's not too long of a drive from Lehigh, so I'll try and find the time to catch up. Next is Aunt Casey and her 3 daughters, which I'm closest to. The trip to New York was always worth it, and I've got countless memories up there. Games of Spud or Easter egg hunts have made some of the funniest moments, and I always look forward to seeing them. You'd be surprised how much fun you can have in a little town in the sticks of New York. Next is my mother Carrie and her twin Michelle, probably the rowdiest of the group. And Michelle knows how to have a good time. Her daughter and my cousin Riley got married in March, and I wish I was there, but I'm definitely looking forward to Jordan and Hunter's wedding next year. As redneck as they are, I had so much fun with them on Friday and can't wait to do it again. Following 3 boys and then 3 girls, the last one would break the tie. Then my uncle was born. To fit the situation, they named him Ty, rounding out the family of 7. He's got the youngest of the cousins, including my godson Everett, which yes, I do find ornaments to send him, and thankfully it's pretty easy when they're young. I look forward to hearing from my uncle about how much he loves it or how good his brother Emmett is doing on the football field. That sums up my 7 aunts and uncles from my mother's side. I do feel bad leaving out all the in-laws and everyone I didn't mention, but I love them all very much and I look forward to seeing them again. I know if I ever needed anything, all 25 of my cousins would help in any way they could, and I would certainly do the same for them. My father's side is much smaller, but nonetheless impressive. The immediate family is not nearly as large, but it's too complicated to get into the details. My Nana, Cynthia, is probably the craziest old person I know, just narrowly beating Grandma Louise. I used to tell everyone how she biked cross country, from California to Pennsylvania, even in her 60s. This woman has done countless trips lasting weeks in numerous countries, all while being over 70 years old. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if she lives to be 120, if she eventually stops cycling. On my dad's side, there are doctors, illustrators, and movie directors, all of which are incredibly talented. I like to think I'm a pretty smart guy, but around them, they're on a whole different level. Everywhere you look in my family, there are skilled, creative, and hardworking people, but what's most important to me are my parents and my sisters. Mom and Dad, thank you so much for all the sacrifices you've made and for everything you've done to help me. You've pushed me to be where I am today, and I couldn't have done it without you. I will follow in your footsteps, and yes, that includes beating Lafayette the next 4 years in a row. I hope you're happy with the big brother I've become to Kendall and Avery. And to you two, I'm incredibly proud of who you've become. Believe it or not, I've learned a lot from you two, and I hope you can say the same from me. Kendall, thank you so much for becoming such a good friend of mine. I'm always here for you if you need it. And Avery, I look forward to seeing everything you accomplish even after Kendall and I are away for school. I know you both will do great things, and I can't wait to celebrate them with you. Thank you.
Suffield, Connecticut. Throughout my time at Suffield, each year has been different and a unique experience. As a freshman, I was very shy and stuck to myself most of the year. I definitely struggled making friends, but I knew a couple of people before coming to Suffield that really helped getting my social life on track. My sophomore year was pretty similar, except I found myself in a very tight friend group that also helped me get out more and get a little out of my shell. I also got the mix of dealing with the difficulties of Mr. Pence's U.S. history class and the beauty of Mr. Wong's chemistry class. My junior year was very different. I spent most of my time at school, eating dinner every day and going to most, if not all, of the school events. I really got to experience the life at Suffield, and it was an experience I'll never forget. And finally, my senior year. This year, I've really done it all. I went to some school events, not many, but some. I enjoyed my remaining time as a high school athlete, but I mostly spend my nights 5 to 9 closing the subway in the center of town many times a week. I know a couple of you have seen me in there either listening to music, cleaning, or on my phone, but my time there has definitely made my Suffield experience unique. As the days go by quicker and quicker before graduation, I need to take the time to thank the people that made my experience at Suffield one to remember. Mr. Vianney, I know you're not here, but your English class during freshman year really made my experience at Suffield special. I always look forward to looking at the whiteboard and reading what you have to say. Mr. Carroll, thank you for making math special, and it's just always a class I can look forward to every day. Mr. Van Dam, for the last 2 years, I've always looked forward to your math class and actually learning for once in math and enjoying what I do. Ms. Lopez, thank you very much for making Spanish tolerable and enjoyable. Mr. Popoli, thank you for being an incredible advisor and just an incredible coach as well. I cannot have gotten a more better advisor. Cam and Navraj, thank you boys for making my experience at Suffield one to remember, and I cannot thank you guys enough. Finally, Mom and Dad, I love you guys, and I could possibly say, and I thank you so much for everything you've done for me my entire life. I could not have asked for better parents, and thank you so much for sending me to this school. Thank you.
Hello, Suffield. My name is Hayden Rowley, and I'm a four-year senior from Greenwich, Connecticut. Earlier in the year, when Miss Yeager sent out the order for the upcoming senior speeches, I was shocked to find out that I was the last speech. I felt an enormous amount of pressure to write an excellent speech to send off my fellow seniors. However, a week ago, Miss Yeager sent another email informing me that Sienna was to actually be the last senior to speak. So with that said, good luck. No pressure. When I was deciding on a topic for this speech, I realized there were many important things I wanted to talk about, including certain people, or places, or quotes, or pieces of advice I've been given. However, although not the last speech, since my speech is so close to the end of my time in Suffield, I decided a fitting topic would be the things I've learned in my 4 years here. Now obviously, I've learned a lot in the classrooms of Suffield Academy. However, I'm going to focus on 2 things that I've learned from just being part of this community at Suffield, which I contribute a lot to my personal growth. First, mistakes. For the few people who know me well enough to know this, I am not perfect. I've made my fair share of mistakes at Suffield, including sleeping through a whole Wednesday of class, complaining about a teacher while sitting next to their kid at my sit-down lunch table, forgetting to delete the words ChatGPT out of a very articulate concluding sentence of my philosophy writing, and some other mistakes that I won't get into. But the reason I bring up all these mistakes is because my roommate, Miles Clay, once said to me, "No man ever steps in the same river twice. For it is not the same river, and he is not the same man." Now, some Greek philosophers said it before Miles, but Miles introduced it to me, so to me, it's Miles' quote. I don't think I ever told him how much this quote resonated with me, but immediately after hearing it, I wrote it down. At first, what resonated with me was the idea of the river, and how you can never step into the same river twice. To me, this meant not being able to make the same mistake twice, which I initially disagreed with. But as I sat with it, I realized it was true. If you were to make the same mistake as you previously had, it would not be the same, because you now have the knowledge to not recreate it. Then I thought, even more important than the river is the idea of the man, who after these mistakes is also not the same. I realized that for the man to truly not be the same man is not to forget his mistakes, but to adjust his compass and navigate more wisely. But most importantly, to grow, he must forgive himself and not be bound by his errors. Wise Mr. Pence once wrote to me in an email after, you guessed it, a mistake. He said, whatever happened, it need not define you, it will pass. The second topic I wanted to talk about is people, and more specifically, friends. I want to talk about friends because unlike family or colleagues or teachers, you choose your friends. I have made many great friends at Suffield, many of whom I know I will still be communicating with in years to come. But the reason I want to talk about friends is that I've learned that the type of people you choose as your friends is almost just as important as the type of person you are. My parents have always attempted to cement this concept in my mind, and coincidentally, as I was scrolling on my phone, procrastinating writing this speech, I came across a video of Pharrell Williams saying, I never ran track, but I always heard that if you want to be faster, then you gotta run with people who are way faster than you. I was so happy when I came across this quote, because it perfectly encapsulated the exact lesson Suffield had taught me. For some reason, we are all inherently competitive in the best way possible. And if the people we call our friends are succeeding, then we push ourselves to thrive too. I would like to thank a couple people. First off, my coach, Mr. Yuan. You have been my most formidable tennis opponent at Suffield, and I have cherished the countless times we have competed. You have helped me learn how to compete, and I am very excited for the rest of the season. Next, my advisor, Ms. Henley. I understand I haven't made your job exactly the easiest, but you truly have made my time at Suffield so much better. I appreciate you sticking by me through everything that's happened in my 3 years as your advisee, and I will always be thankful for your ability to almost always know when I need homemade brownies. My last thank you, but most important, is my parents and grandparents. No words can express how thankful I am for the opportunities you guys have given me, and I will continue to work my hardest to prove how gracious I am. Mom, thank you for your truly unconditional love, and Dad, thanks for always batting for me and reinforcing qualities in me which I am already thankful. Although I'm not the last speech, I would like to leave the seniors with this. As graduation approaches, and so does the end of our time at Suffield, try and remember this. Regret for the things we did can be healed by time. It is regret for the things we did not do that is unmendable. Thank you.
Hi Suffield, my name is Sienna Dagnoli and I'm a four-year senior from East Lametta, Massachusetts. Today I wanted to share a little bit about what I cherish the most, which is my family. I have 3 younger siblings, which usually comes as a surprise to people I meet. My youngest brother Dean is 10 years old. Dean is always full of energy, there is never a dull moment with him. With his never-ending curiosity, Dean is loved by everyone he meets. Dean has always been the best sharer among the siblings, which I guess comes with having 3 older sisters. Dean, you are the best brother I could ask for. I got really lucky. Next, we have my sister Bianca, who is 12 years old. Bianca has the biggest heart. She is always putting others first. She is wise beyond her years and is always offering the best advice when needed. I can always count on Bianca to make me laugh. She is so funny. Because we are both very stubborn, we used to often get into disagreements. Luckily, we've only gotten closer over the years. I know Bianca will always be someone I can trust with anything important and turn to for support when I need it most. Last but not least, my sister Ava, who is 14. Ava has always been my partner in crime. Growing up, Ava and I did everything together. Obviously, that has changed since we've gotten older. Despite our differing schedules, I truly value the occasional time we get to spend together. I love picking up for practice so we can catch up, even when I complain about it. Most importantly, I would like to give the biggest shout out to my amazing parents. They have shaped me into the person I am today, and I can't thank them enough for giving me the opportunity of attending Suffield. Dad, you are the most hardworking and determined person I know. I hope to be at least half of that someday. I'm glad there is someone in the family who is willing to try new foods and likes cooking as much as I do. I will always remember the days we used to fish together. Those are some of my favorite memories to look back on. Thank you for always making me laugh and supporting me through everything. You are the best dad I could ask for. I love you. Mom, you are the kindest person I know. You hold our family together. You are my #1 cheerleader. I know I can come to you with anything. You will always be my person. I love you. Dad, Mom, your unwavering love and support is something I can't express my appreciation for enough. Thank you for everything. Thank you so much to my grandparents. Love you, Papa. You guys are truly the best. I love you both. I would like to finish off by mentioning a few others who have made Suffield so special to me. Huge thank you to my best friends. I'm grateful every day that Suffield brought us together. I'm going to miss you all so much next year. Thank you to my advisor, Ms. Longo, for everything. You truly are the best. Finally, thank you to Mrs. Pence, Mr. Godin, Mr. Newland, and Mrs. Tyler. You have made such a positive impact on my academics here at Suffield. Thank you for listening.
Bratislava, Slovakia, and I am an assist scholar, which means I had the opportunity to come study in the US for 1 year. I am happy to stand in front of you today and reflect on my year here at Suffield Academy. My time has been nothing short of remarkable, filled with lessons, growth, lots of laughter, occasional tears, but most importantly, unforgettable experiences. I had my own mind from an early age. Once I set my mind on something, there was no going back. My family would most likely call it stubborn, but I would rather say that I stood by my decision. I never really knew where this trait of mine was coming from, but today, as I am older, I think I understand. I believe that if you let people's perception of you dictate who you are, you will never grow as a person. But if you let yourself open to experience, despite what others think, then you will learn and grow. And so I did. I let myself be open to experience, to this experience at Suffield Academy, and I am incredibly thankful that I did. This year pushed me to explore the depths of my own character, as I learned many new things about myself and realized who I truly am and what I value. It also showed me how to navigate unfamiliar situations, adapt to new environments, and not be scared of change. My limited time here also challenged me to make more spontaneous decisions and say yes more often. Which when I say challenged, I really mean it, for I have always liked things well thought out and under control. But the feeling of knowing that I only had a certain amount of time here made me act a little more at ease and showed me that not everything in life should be looked at so seriously. But as the saying goes, we have to sacrifice something to learn, grow, and achieve. And that is how I felt some days, like I was sacrificing something. And it is because of this thing that no one really realizes when moving abroad, and that is how emotionally exhausting it is every single day. From the moment you leave your home country, you are basically living a double life, but one of those lives is on pause. Obviously, you feel extremely blessed and grateful to be living the life that you have in this new place, but you also feel so guilty of the one that you have left behind. You feel guilty and sad for all the things that you are missing back at home, that you are now no longer a participant in, but only a viewer. And that is what happened to my life in Slovakia this year. I was just a viewer of it. I missed big milestones that I wished I would have been there for, but also small moments. At times, it was hard to not be at the place that I have called home my whole life, and be here, where it is so different. The culture, the language, the cuisine, everything is different. But the nice thing is, the good times always made the hard times worth it. There was always someone for me to cheer me up, ask me what was going on, and make me see the bright side of it all again. Whether it was my advisor, my teachers, coaches, or friends, someone was always there for me. So I encourage you all to not be scared and to try new things. Join sport teams and clubs even if you never did anything similar before. Those are the places where you form genuine friendships. Me, for example, I only played field hockey for a couple of months prior to coming to America, and here I get elected the team captain. Or in the winter, when I joined the ski team to remind myself of the days when I used to do race skiing back at home, and in the end, I was able to contribute to the girls' team. The main idea is that it really does not matter how terribly bad you will be at the activity. If you go in with a positive attitude and a smile on your face, you will have a great time. And believe me, I know what I am talking about, as I have never in my life played softball before, but I am having the time of my life on the varsity softball team. Among the countless memories that I will take with me, the most cherished moments have come from the sports and activities I have been a part of, or happened with the people who I did these activities with. Whether it was singing songs at the top of our lungs on the way to our games, having family dinners after practices, spontaneously rearranging my friend's dorm room over the weekend, dying of laughter over me mispronouncing words, or not realizing some things actually exist. And yes, for anyone wondering, I really did think Girl Scouts cookies were only a thing in the movies. And lastly, but most importantly, finding people whom I consider family without being related to them. As I stand here today, on the cusp of returning home, I am filled with a profound sense of gratitude for the experiences, memories, and friendships that will carry with me forever. Each of them has left an imprint on me, shaping me into who I am today. To end, I would like to confide in you and tell you that I don't like goodbyes. They evoke a feeling of an ending in me, which I am not a big fan of. And that is why I would rather use the words, see you later. So thank you, Suffield, for this opportunity and wonderful year, and see you later.